Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Beth at Clarkovision, and I am here, as you'll see in the title, obviously, the titles kind of give things away these days, don't they? It's a VCLT video, and it is from, the absolutely super amazingly generous Jim Davies from Texas, over in the States. He sent me a box quite unexpectedly. I knew he was going to be sending me something, but I wasn't expecting it just now, because he had said he'd picked something up for me. So, but I was, as usual with Jim, I was not expecting half of the contents, or more than half the contents that arrived in this box. Now, you're not going to get this done the conventional way. I've already opened the box. I did it in the garden with my mobile phone, and it isn't the greatest video, to be honest, and plus my phone cut out before the end, so I thought, right, okay, we'll scrap that and we'll start again. So I've got the contents out the box. I now know what they are. And honestly, as per usual, I'm blown away by the generosity. It's just totally astonishing. And of course he sent me a note explaining a few things as well. Mostly CDs, a few vinyl, everything. I am so grateful to Jim for. Honestly, Jim, you're amazing. You know that because we all keep telling you, but it's because you are. You really are. Thank you so much. Again, I just don't know what to say except thank you, because the man is so generous. And unfortunately, as I've said before, he doesn't have a channel or that, so I can't link to his channel. Just a wonderful guy who's into music, watches a lot of channels in the vinyl community, music community, not just metal. He's got other musical interests as well, but I do think he's kind of partial to the rock and metal stuff. I know his favourite band is Def Leppard, I can tell you that, so he's into them. But enough of my rambling. But before I go any further, I can't not let this pass. I mean, I've been to the hairdressers Saturday morning. I was there. Thank God for that, because it was driving me insane. I just can't handle hair getting over my face. You go to bed at night and it gets in the way. It's just ridiculous. Plus, when my hair gets too long, it doesn't really style and stay styled. It's that fine. It just won't stay the way I want it anyway, so it's better being shorter. So I'm super chuffed about that. That's my first outing of any purpose this year. So, without further ado, let's get on with what Jim sent me. Unbelievable stuff. I'll just show you the CDs first. I must say, everything here as well, every single item is brand new and sealed. Still had the shrink. Now, I've taken the shrink off one of them because I was curious to have a further look. Plus, the cover was cracked, so I've put a different cover on it. But so here's the first one that he sent. Judas Priest, Holidays in Houston. This is a bootleg. It's unofficial release, but I think it's by a UK company called Smokin', whoever they are, and it's 2020, so it's just a new thing. But I believe it's the final show from the Screaming for Vengeance tour in '83, and yeah, you've got 11 tracks and some quality tracks at that. I really don't know how well you can maybe make out the thing there, how blurry it might look. It looks blurry when I hold it up, but I don't know. I always watch them back, and sometimes I think you can make it out better than others, but so yeah, absolutely chuffed to bits, because this is going to be good. It's a soundboard FM broadcast, so it should be really good audio sound, I would imagine. I'll just show you this little, it's not much of a booklet, it's just a kind of a single open page thing. You've got a short write-up about the band here, and obviously they were featured in Guitar Player magazine at the time. This is July 83, that cover from Guitar Player. So yeah. So I was absolutely chuffed to bits to get a bit of that. So that's the only one so far I've opened. I didn't want to kind of open them all up too soon until I had kind of shown this video. So now, interestingly, he did give me a little heads up about it, saying to open. He had the kind of flat style vinyl sized box, and he says the CDs top left, top right, bottom left and bottom right, and he says go to the top left bundle first and pull these ones out. And so this is kind of all what was in this. And the first one I pulled out was this, and I'm looking at it and I think this doesn't look like kind of anything that I normally know. And I'm reading the hype sticker as well, and it's from Season of Mist. I know who Season of Mist are. They tend to deal with a lot of extreme metal styles. And this is Essence of Dawn and their album Spell Crying Machine on Season of Mist from 2019. It's a limited CD pressing of 1,000, hand numbered down there. 7 tracks, recorded in August 2018, and the hype sticker says synthesises the best of extreme instrumental modern metal into an elegant and articulate whole. The world-class metal cuts sharp and clean with power and melodic grace. Now that sounds really nice. So this is kind of death metal or something instrumental. What he says about it. I can go to this now because what he says is, you made a comment in one of your videos saying that you didn't like death metal because of the vocals. That's true, I'm not really into the growly stuff that you can't make out. I did a search for instrumental death metal and found lots of bands, so he's picked up 2 CDs so that you could see if you like the death metal without the singing, which I thought was really nice and thoughtful of him. So this band here, Essence of what are they? Datum. Sorry, I said Essence of Dawn. I beg your pardon, it's Essence of Datum. D-A-T-U-M. And they're from Belarus. And he says they have other albums, but this one was a good one to go with. So, and the other one, which I pulled out next, obviously, was this one. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, what does that say? You know, because they're writing these, this is marked G with a C logo territory here. Although this one is a bit more distinguishable. And it's Natrum, or Nathram, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. N-A-H-T-R-A-M is the band. I'm not sure where this one's from, but I think they might be, I don't know, European in some form, but just going by the looks of their the names on the back here. But as I say, that I could be wrong, and I don't think he's put down here where they're from, but I will find out. So again, this is instrumental death metal as well, and this is their debut. So both are melodic death metal. So, and this is called The Ominous Journey. So there you go, people. I think this is kind of like an EP. There's 5 tracks. And they're all, in fact, track 3, which is called Interlude, is the only one under 5 minutes. Everything else is over 6 minutes. The first one being nearly 9 minutes, the second one being nearly 12 minutes. So interesting. So I'm very intrigued and curious about these. So that was cool. And the third one, he says, when he was looking for instrumental death metal, he came across the next CD. This band is called The Distant Dream. He says it's not death metal, just heavy metal. But the genre is named post-rock. And he says, I've never heard of that before, and I have to say, neither have I. What the heck are people coming up with these days? Honestly, enough people. Okay, there's music, there's metal, and that's it. So here is Distant Dream. He says, I think it should be called space metal. So that might give me an indication of what it's maybe going to sound like. He says, when you listen to the CD, put your headphones on, close your eyes, and let the music transport you to another world. That's all I'm going to say about it, he says. So, sounds very interesting again. So, Distant Dream, it all starts from pieces. Interesting picture of a bridge. And there is the back, and I think this is maybe self-released. There doesn't seem to be any indication of a record label at all here. So yeah, extremely intrigued. And this one came with a little sticker, which is nice and colourful. Point of View, so that must be a different maybe release from them. So really excited about that. And the other stuff is a bit more kind of my... more to my tastes that people would expect, I guess. So he then included another Firewind album, brand new and sealed. This one is Immortals. Don't have this one. AFM 2017. Superb. And this has Gus G on guitars. Another Firewind that I pulled out the bag. This one's earlier, 2012. And this one is Few Against Many, so super excited again. This one, I think it's a different, in fact I don't know if this one is actually on a label. It must be on something, but it's not AFM, so this is pre-AFM. So 2 Firewinds. Now he spoke to me in an email about this band, Palace. Michael Palace is the guy behind it. It's a Frontiers kind of project, if you like. I do have another one from Palace which I picked up, and really good kind of melodic hard rock stuff. Sort of a bit kind of AOR maybe in places, but very nice kind of lighter feel-good vibes, just upbeat hard rock, good guitar tones. And this is the latest one. This was just 2020 released, and it's called Rock and Roll Radio. So that's from Palace. Track listed there, and that'll be Mr. Palace on the back, I guess. So really excited about that one. This one is a band I don't know anything about. Never heard of them before, so I don't know. Wolf's Mood, Unholy Darkness. I quite like the cover art on this, looks very interesting. Pure Steel Records, and this is 2008, this one. So, as I say, I don't know. Now, what does he say about these guys? He says they looked kind of power metal, so that's what he says about this one and the next one I'm about to show. So yeah, I'm certainly intrigued to check these guys out. Always happy to check out new bands. So this was the next one, which I've never heard of either. Holy Knights, K-N-I-G-H-T, something like that. Knights with a K. This one is on Scarlet Records, and it's 2012. So Between Daylight and Pain is the title of this one. So again, as I say, I don't know anything about this band, so I'm chuffed to check them out. This one was on my wants list, so he said he had picked it up. Visions of Atlantis, Old Roots, New Waters, This is like an EP, I believe. There's about 5 tracks in it. So then it's a digipack again. This is on Napalm Records, and this came out in 2016. And I'm really into Visions of Atlantis, another kind of newish discovery of mine. Really enjoy them. Symphonic power metal. Another one, which I think this must have been on my list. This one's also got a crack on the disc, but it's not too bad though, I don't think. Is Burning Point, a great band that I discovered as well. These guys have been around a while. I have a handful of their albums. They've since now added a female singer, and she came from... Where did she come from? One sec. Where are we? Burning Point is somewhere... Which one of these discs tells me? Yeah, that's it. They have a new vocalist, Niti Velo, which I'm not sure how her name's pronounced, so apologies. And she used to be in Battle Beast. But she's just recently come along. I think this was pre her joining. But yeah, really good power metal, kind of traditional metal, power metal mix. Excellent stuff. This is 2015, this one. And this is Empire is the name of the album. Empire with a Y. Magic stuff. The next one I pulled out was this one, Bryan Adams and his latest album, Shinaway. This came out in 2019 on Universal. I think Universal just about own everybody nowadays, under license to Polydor Records, it says here. So yeah, I mean, I haven't picked up any Bryan Adams stuff since probably Waking Up the Neighbours in 1992, and I don't even have that album anymore. I did have the CD, but I kind of got rid of that one. It sounded too much like Def Leppard's Adrenalize. Well, not too much, it just sounded a little bit like it, and I just didn't want to keep it, basically. But I firmly believe this one won't sound like that. So I'm curious to see how this sounds. I've not heard any more recent Bryan Adams stuff, I have to say, so this should be an interesting listen. Shine a Light, Bryan Adams. And the last two are from the same band, a band that Jim got me into by just sending me one from them one day, and really enjoy them. Winter's Verge. I can't even remember where these guys are from, but they're European, I think, as well. What did they say about? Did they say anything about these ones? These two are their second and third albums. He said before he had sent me the first and sixth, so I've now got 4 of these. But yeah, so this is Winter's Verge, and it's 2012 on Goomba Music. Never heard of that label either, and it's Beyond Vengeance, kind of power metal style band again. Really excellent, really good band. Really enjoy these guys. And again, the artwork's pretty cool. And the other one is also Winter's Verge, on Massacre Records this time. And this one's earlier, it's 2010. And it is, where are we? Tales of Tragedy. Again, I don't know how well you can see any of that. It's very glary. And yeah, and you've got like a hype sticker for tour dates for 2010, and they were going to be, there's Cypress, it says, melodic metal from Cyprus for fans of Sonata Arctica and Rhapsody, and they're going to be on tour with Stratovarius, so there you go. So that might give you a bit of an idea of these guys. Brilliant stuff. And that was all the CDs he sent. Absolutely astonishing stuff, Jim, thank you. And then he sent me a handful of records. And the first one was a nice, really nice surprise throwback to the 80s. And I have a Walmart exclusive. So nice. Yeah, only at Walmart. Orange mix. It's actually like a marbleized orange. I've actually opened the shrink on this I just wanted a quick look. So it's a reissue of the original 1985 soundtrack to one of my favourite movies of all time. So yeah, you'll know all about Huey Lewis and the News and Johnny B. Good and all that stuff on here. There's no inner sheet that came with it or anything. It's on what looks like the old MCA label with the rainbow there, but I can actually see a few companies. There it is, as you can sort of see the kind of marbleized white through it there, really nice orange. But I can see Geffen Records, Universal Music Group, Chrysalis Records and Warner Brothers Records are all mentioned on here. So I guess that's to do with all the different artists maybe that make up a soundtrack. But yeah, so I thought that was fantastic. I do have a CD of this, but I was really hoping to get a vinyl copy one day, and Jim, well, Jim just delivered, obviously. Fantastic. This one, he says, I know you just got this recently in another VCLT on CD, he says, but I had picked this up for you before you'd shown that, and it's War Kings and Revenge. So he sent me the vinyl, which is red vinyl. I think Nathan at Metal Down Under showed this a while back when he received it. And I'm really chuffed to have it on vinyl as well, because it just so happens I really enjoy this album. So more than delighted to have both formats, and thank you again, Jim. And thank you also, Matthew, for your copy. So yeah, excellent, uplifting, power metal, great stuff. Napalm Records 2020 release. And the last one, and of course Jim arranges them in the box so that the further down the box you go, the better it gets. So the last one I pulled out was this, and I was hoping that I might find a copy of this one day, and I did. It's a fairly new release. It's a bootleg, it's unofficial, but it's a vinyl issue of Live at the BBC. So in other words, the BBC sessions from 79 and 80. One of them is the Paris Theatre London, and the 1981 was when they were at the Reading Festival in 1980. So, and on the back you can sort of see it's taken from the original BBC transcription records. So yeah, this is Steve Clark and Pete Willis, when Def Leppard were actually a credible band. Absolutely amazing. And the stuff on here is so good. There's the first set list. Again, I don't know how well you can sort of make all that out in the second part of the set list here. Some of the rarer tracks you get on here is Glad I'm Alive, When the Walls Came Tumbling Down, Get Your Rocks Off. You've got Medicine Man, which later became something else. Lady Strange, which is a slightly alternate version to what ended up on High and Dry. And the Overture. Absolutely fantastic stuff. And again, there's no kind of inner insert or anything, it's just a plain inner sleeve, and they've kind of mocked the Vertigo spaceship label here. It does say Ver 45 here, and down here where it would normally say Vertigo, it says kind of Verne, Verne. So they're closing in on quite close to Vertigo there on. I'll not say anymore. There you go. So it's just plain black vinyl. So yes, absolutely over the moon to get a copy of this, because I know it's quite scarce to get now. There was only so many pressed. I believe Kevin at Wargood 60 picked this up, so he's got it. And it was him who sent me the CD issue of this content. There was a CD issued around the same time as this, and again it was bootleg, done by Verge Records in France. So that's the VCLT, and Jim, again, he's absolutely spot on. I love all of this stuff. I'm curious about the kind of melodic death metal stuff I've got here. I'm curious about the bands I don't know about. I'm excited to listen to the bands I do know about. I am extremely grateful. The only thing here is I now have pretty much ran out of space, so I'm going to have to, thank God the shops are just reopening. I'm going to have to get some Kallax shelves, a few more ordered in, to help with my storage soon. So thank you all for watching. Thanks, Jim. Take care, and I'll see you all in another video. Bye just now.